So this class is really interesting because we actually are doing the archaeology of W&L. So we're learning a lot about like the history of our university and Liberty Hall Academy. And so like all of these archaeological finds are actually from just on beyond the archaeology farmhouse. And so it's really important to like our history as an institution, which I think is really cool.
We're learning so much about the history of the school itself. And on top of that, a lot of these scientific methods have real-world uses that I can take and apply to my economics major to do further research or stuff like that.
Archaeology is interdisciplinary in a way that it often relies on the hard sciences and analysis of the hard sciences. So for instance, as archaeologists we might use something like a scanning electron microscope or a X-ray fluorescence detector to analyze our artifacts in the same way that a chemist or a geologist does. At the same time, we bridge across through to the humanities and we read historical documents, we do oral histories, and so archaeology is positioned in such a way that it allows our students to see the humanities applications of scientific approaches and then the scientific application of more humanities-based approaches.
So the most interesting trip that I think we went on so far was Monticello, because not only did we do the archaeology tour, we saw the labs and kind of the work that was going on, but we actually got to go into Thomas Jefferson's house and see kind of how they lived back then and understand the context of what we were looking at of the artifacts, when they were coming from and kind of how they were being produced at the time.
The reason we take field trips to different places is to experience the different ways that archaeology is done. We often say that there are as many ways to do archaeology and interpret archaeological remains as there are archaeologists doing it. And so, depending on the site you're working on, there's a sort of a long-time tradition associated with that site and the way things are done. And so for our students to be able to go to Jamestown and Colonial Williamsburg or to Monticello, they're able to see the sort of subtle variations from place to place in the way those archaeologists go about their business.